How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology. Just letting you guys know what's going on in the universe this week. We're going to be starting off with Monday, February 20th, and going up to Friday, February 25th. I'd like to apologize for not making any videos recently. I've been under the weather. I've been having a flu, so if I cough or something, just bear with me. I'm still really sick. We're going into a pretty intense week, though. This weekend's going to be pretty major, and I'll be doing a video about this weekend just in general because I gotta dedicate one specific time to it. However, starting off this week to tee it up really with on Monday we're gonna have the moon go right over Saturn. The moon will be going in Sagittarius right over Saturn, looking at what do we really want? What are we really going after? Because with Mars and Venus and Uranus all conjunct all in Uranus, there's a lot of energy to be going out and getting stuff done, getting what you want, manifesting what you want. And Saturn's putting a lot of positive energy right there, sending a lot of, just a lot of great karmic energy in a sense, more along the lines of if you're in alignment with what you're doing, the right things will happen. If you're not, it's going to be a big wake-up call. However, with the moon right there, it's, where are we going? Like, we're working our butts off, and we're working, really hard to get what we want and all this kind of stuff. But the moon's just kind of like, where are you going? Where is this really leading up to? How far do you want to take this? And with this Jupiter retrograde right now, which is sextiling Saturn and the moon, and which is opposing Mars and Uranus, it's really looking at what do we really want to create within. Jupiter retrograde is all about taking whatever positive things that Jupiter does create and having to create it inside of ourselves first in order to see its physical counterpart of that. And with this Jupiter retrograde right now in Libra, it's all about relationships. And relationships isn't just, your significant other, your partner, or your boss, or your kids, or whatever it may be. Everything in life is a relationship. I have a relationship, with myself. I have a relationship with other people, with friends, colleagues. I have a relationship with my shoes. I have a relationship, with everything. Everyone has a relationship with everything. That's all this world is. So Jupiter's looking at what is your relationship with things? What do you really want to create? And with this Mars and Uranus, conjunction opposing it, it's really, are you going after that feeling that you want inside of you? I mean, and that's just a big, you got to take a look at what actions that you're really doing. Is it serving what you really want to create within, or are you doing it for a sense of ego? Aries isn't the most egotistical sign. However, it can have a lot of passion behind what it does. Aries just is like, I just want to get it done. I just want everything to be right. I just want to fix it all. I want to go for it. I want to get it all for not only the sake of, my own glory, but for the sake of the matter, for just getting it done. And with this Mars and Uranus, that's what this big theme is. Everyone just wants to get it done, getting it handled. And Jupiter's like, you really got to look inside of what you want to create and make sure you're actually doing that. It's Pisces season now. And it's conjuncting Neptune. This whole week we're having the sun get closer and closer to Neptune. More awareness being brought to what do we really believe? What are our thoughts? What are our dreams? What's an illusion? What's real and what's not real? This whole we're in the age of Pisces still. With Neptune right there in its home sign, when things are blurry and things don't make sense, it's like really blown out of proportion in this sense. And with the sun going over Neptune right now, especially in this moment, with what the universe has been going through, what we've all been transitioning to, it's really being put a big and the sun is the sun is putting a really big emphasis on what are your beliefs? What side are you on? And I'm not saying to choose one side or the other. I mean, we're all one. We're all the same. We're all connected. However, as far as what your goals are, what your dreams are, what you envision, what really makes you feel, what makes you really just feel whole as a spiritual being. This is the time right now where the sun's emphasizing that, and it's, everyone's working really hard. We got all these big dreams everyone's going for. And the sun is just kind of like, we're going to take a pause for a second, go over Neptune, and look at what's really fulfilling your destiny. What's really fulfilling your spirituality? What's really fulfilling your dreams, your vision? And what's fake? What's an illusion? What are you holding on to that just isn't there? It's not going to happen. And Jupiter's putting a big emphasis on this too, because it's trining the sun and it's trining Mercury right now. So Mercury's still in Aquarius right now, so thoughts, communication, it's all just kind of everywhere. Not in an unorganized sense. I think once Mercury goes into Pisces, it'll be a little bit more unorganized on one aspect. However, with Mercury in Aquarius right now, it's really kind of like, okay, let's look at the big picture. What am I really telling myself every day? What am I really communicating with other people? Where am I really, like, what am I really getting at to here? It's kind of like, yeah, no offense to anyone who, supports or doesn't, just kind of like listening to Donald Trump, like, what is he really saying? Like, I don't really get it sometimes. However, excuse me. Mercury is sextiling the Saturn. Mercury is sextiling Saturn. Mercury is sextiling the Moon. Mercury is trining Jupiter. And this is just all going into Monday right now for the matter of the fact. However, that's what this whole week's really going to be playing out as. So when we go into Tuesday, when the Moon goes into Capricorn, it'll be conjuncting Pluto probably around the afternoon, like 5-6 o'clock. However, and that's Mountain Standard Time. However, when we have the Moon going to Capricorn, going from the Sagittarius to Capricorn, it's going, where am I really going, and what am I really doing? What do I really want to create? To, okay, let's get it done. I always refer to Capricorn as like the CEO, and if you've ever met any CEO, as far as like the Capricorn energy, without really any emotion, he doesn't care how it gets done. He just wants it to get done. And so with the Moon right there, it's going to be opposing Venus. So anything that really is like what you're enjoying right now may not be the right thing for you to do. You might have to gather your emotions and go, you know what? This isn't serving me. I need to put my emotions, my time, and my energy and my effort into somewhere else. And that's going to really hit home for a lot of people. However, the Moon is going to be starting to sextile the Sun, and it's going to be starting to sextile Neptune. So going back into the whole, what are my beliefs? What side am I on? What's fulfilling me? What's not fulfilling me? The Moon's going to start, like, that whole emotional energy. We're going to start looking at, what's real, what's not real. What is tangible, what's not tangible. And it's going to be a pretty big look. And then going into Wednesday, Moon will be right over Pluto. It's really at that point right now in the universe is what are we willing to change? What are we willing to change as far as our actions, as far as, and this is when it gets, I don't want to say tricky, but when it gets difficult to make a choice. Because the Moon going over Pluto, it's time to look at the facts. It's kind of like, imagine, that Capricorn energy. You're a CEO, you own a multi-million-dollar business. What's working and what's not working? And even though you enjoy one thing and you want to keep doing it, it may not be working. So if you own a multi-million-dollar business and if you're doing something that's not working but you really enjoy it, are you going to keep doing it? Because it might, because even though it fulfills you, it might destroy your business. So that's what this that's what this Moon's really going to be emphasizing. It's not going to be sextiling anything. It's just going to be squaring Jupiter. So it's going to be hard to look on the inside as far as what do you want? What are you creating? And it's going to be, putting I don't want to say a halt. However, it's going to be challenging you to what are you creating? What are you doing? What is getting you fired up and pumped up? And what are you, what are you really looking at? What is your ultimate end goal? And the Moon, the Sun's just going to be getting closer and closer to Neptune as this goes on. And so it's just going to get more and more of a blur. And that's okay. Saturn will be sextiling Mercury. So as far as, everyone communicating and what you're telling yourself, you're still looking at the big picture. You're still, okay, where am I really going? What's going on inside of me? What am I doing to, change what's going on for me right now? It's just more of the emotional sides and the spiritual side of that taking a bigger look. And then going into Thursday, the Moon will go into Aquarius, still going to be squaring Mars, still going to be squaring Uranus, going to be still squaring Jupiter. So it just ride this one out, guys. This week has a lot of good in it, It's, you just got to be really prepared for what is coming up for you. And then on Thursday, or not Thursday, my bad, Friday. Friday, when we have the sun, what is it, that at 6 degrees Pisces, right next to Neptune at 11 degrees, about, what is that, 5 degrees away. That's, you know, that's when things are going to be, all right, it's time to look, it's time to really look at it. And it's going to be, there's not going to be any really energy on it. It's just going to be the sun over Neptune. There's not going to be sextile, square, any of that kind of stuff. However, the moon will be sextiling Venus, and it will be trining Jupiter. So now we're looking at, okay, I'm starting to be creative with what I'm looking at on the inside. I'm starting to look at things differently, and I'm starting to see how I can apply that in my life, and I'm starting to really enjoy it. And Venus right now is at, like, it's getting really close to being where it's going to start, you know, stationing and going retrograde in Aries. So what's coming up for you on Friday, it's going to be a really big look at what is going on. What emotions are you involving yourself with? And what are you looking on the inside? And how does that reflect to the things that you enjoy doing? Not only that you enjoy doing, that you like really want, you know. And where this, I mean, Venus is going to be going retrograde over all this kind of stuff. And I don't want to get into that just for right now. I'll be making a video about that later. However, the moon with Jupiter right here and this Venus, this whole energy is just really a big look at what's working in my life and what's not working. And it's really time to, it's definitely going to be difficult with this Neptune and with Neptune and the sun and Pisces. It's going to be very emotional. However, it's going to be a big look at what am I really doing? What am I going to be creating? And then just going into a little bit on Saturday, wow, Mars right on top of Uranus. We got the sun, Mercury, the moon, and Neptune all conjunct, you know, all right next to each other. And then once we go more into, the end of Saturday into Sunday, we're going to be having that eclipse. We're going to be having a new moon in Pisces. We're going to be having all, you're going to have Neptune, sun, Mercury, and moon all in Pisces on top of each other. Like, it's going to be getting emotional, and it's going to be looking at, and it's all trining Jupiter on Saturday, at least. The Mercury and the moon is going to be trining Jupiter. So it's really looking at, what am I creating? What is my relationship with myself? Am I really allowing myself to believe in my dreams and to really go for it? Because right now with Mars and Uranus on top of each other, it is go time. It is, wow, when you're doing the things that are effective, that you want to do, that you are working on, it's going to fire you up. And this is when it gets complicated, because Pluto is squaring Mars and Uranus, and Jupiter is opposing this. So if you're not really looking on the inside of what it is that you want, what it is, the feelings that you want to create, what's your relationship with yourself, all this kind of stuff, you're going to see really karmic energy fly out. And I'm not here to preach about negative. I'm here for the positive. So the positive aspects are, if you are in alignment, if you're going, okay, I've been working on these feelings that I want to feel, and I've been feeling it for a long time. It's been difficult, but I've been making actions. This weekend is the time to go for it, is the time to do it. And Pluto with this square on it Pluto is very slow. You have, like, Pluto is kind of like that I don't want to say the context, but a very subtle context. It's kind of like, okay, all this stuff is happening, however, this is also happening too. And with Pluto and Capricorn squaring this, it's really, we're working on transforming the foundations of which we use our energy, with which we find excitement in things. And things are very much changing. The foundations and the things that we were grounded in are changing. And this is going to be reflecting in your actions. This is going to be reflecting in your excitement for life in general. It's all changing right now. And that's perfectly okay. When the moon goes over the sun, we have this new moon. It's going to be a really emotional look at what are your dreams and what are you doing to make them happen. However, and I'll leave off with this, Pisces is a very interesting sign. It's the last sign of the zodiac. It rules the 12th house, and in my opinion, yeah, sure, I mean, it rules emotion, it rules intuition, it rules all these crazy things. In my mind, I shouldn't say in my mind, in my opinion, it focuses on destiny. And this is a very big point where it's like, all right, you know, we have the sun here, we're wearing this Neptune, and Neptune's a big player, you know, he Neptune don't play. And with the moon going over just our emotional beingness, it's going to be a big look at what's going on. However, this is the trick to Pisces is don't be surfacey, get deep. It's, you know, when I was referring to Pisces as being the destiny, it's kind of like looking at yourself in the mirror, and sometimes that can be difficult, and Pisces energy can keep it surfacey to one point. However, the greatest thing about Pisces is how deep it can go. So this weekend, going into Saturday, especially on Sunday, and I'll be making another video about this weekend coming up. However, don't be afraid to get deep. Don't be surfacey. Like, really look at yourself. Say, what are you doing? What do you want? And what are you doing to create it right now? And get real with yourself. It's gonna be an interesting week. This weekend's gonna play a big factor later on as we go out through the rest of this year and whatnot. However, don't be afraid to get deep. Really look at what you want and really look at what you're doing to create it. And to start all of that process is to look inside about, and this is going back to the Jupiter retrograde, which is a pretty big deal. It's looking at what am I creating, what feelings am I creating on the inside, and how do I want that to physically manifest on the outside. So thank you guys so much for, you know, watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing to my YouTube. Please follow me on Facebook at White Light Astrology or Instagram at White Light Astrology. If you guys, you know, would love to give me some feedback, would love to book me a reading, or not book me a reading, book a reading with me, please message me or on Facebook or on Instagram or my email, anything like that, and I'd love to get back to you guys and see what we come up with. Thank you guys so much again. I'm sending you all a lot of positivity, love, and a lot of white light. So take care, guys. Thank you.